Alright, here is the first scramble. So let me look at this. First of all, I see we've got this small trap and this pair here. We also have a built triple here, so pretty lucky scramble. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do an error block. So basically, I can make the large trap with these two. My color scheme goes blue and then red here. So I'm going to preserve this triple, make the large trap, and then solve the triple with the large trap, and then insert the small trap. So basically, do this to preserve the triple, and then solve this large trap 2-gen like this. And then here I can do BL to put that in, and then U prime, B prime. And I knew I was going to preserve this, and I was just going to hope, I guess I was hoping for that, but I was planning on just solving that after, so I get lucky here, and that's a really efficient, very efficient block, first block. So here I see a lot of orange pairs, so I'm going to immediately do this to preserve that. And then here, looking at this, I can do R prime to make that with the correct color scheme, U prime, RY prime, and then solve this, just like that, and then orient the center like that. And then here, I know green goes here, so I can do a couple things, but I'd probably, let's see, this isn't a super great case, but I'd probably end up doing something like this, so this, and then pair it up with that one to create the large trap, and then solve the small trap like that. And then here we get lucky with this. This is already oriented, orient that, and then insert the LBT, D prime, and then here we have our last two triples case. So here, I already see what type of TCP I'm gonna get. So U prime to make this, and it's gonna be an odd TCP, and then I'm gonna do a hedge in the back to give me 2 flip. And I know, right, looking at this, because all the corners are already solved, I know it's not going to be the 2 flip TCP. So I immediately go here and I see it's this, sorry, not the 2 flip TCP with the corners solved. So I know the corners are going to be unsolved basically. But I know it's going to be a 2 flip odd TCP. And then I see this paired up. So I go into this and done. Right here is the second scramble. So I have a couple of options. If I do this, that makes this, and it's the wrong color scheme, or I can do U prime, R prime like that, and that's the correct color scheme. So I have a couple of options, but what I probably end up doing is R prime, F prime like that to create this is the wrong color scheme, and then insert that here, and then I can just insert this like that to fix color scheme and make and insert those two pieces up here. So yeah, and then here I immediately see this pair, so I can rotate up, and I'd probably do a U prime to do that, and then I can insert it here with this triangle like that. And then here I immediately see this, so I'd rotate do that to pair that up, and then make the triple, and then insert it in there. So there's that. Here I've got a lot of options. Looks like green's pretty good, so I probably end up making this large trap like that, and then fixing that, and then U, RY, U, R prime to make the center, and it's already oriented. And then here I have this case, so I'd probably immediately go into putting this here like this, and then not paying attention to the color scheme, and then here recognizing if this is right or wrong. So it's wrong, so instead of doing this and inserting that, I can insert it like this and get the right color scheme. Here I end up, so because the centers are automatically got oriented, I couldn't skip this, but it's a pretty lucky case. It's the hole-in-one case, so I can just bring that above and then do that out to do the hole-in-one case. And then here I'm at this angle, and I have this kind of case where you have all these oriented, and then 2 on top, and this one is in the back, so I do U prime, and then sledge U, and then I'd have this odd TCP. I execute this odd TCP like this, so I rotate like this, and then do kind of like that. I just find it more finger trick friendly than like the AUF, and then this. So yeah, that's how I do that that on TCP. So yeah, that is scramble number 2. Here is scramble number 3. So I have a couple options. I have this pair here that I can pair up with this edge to create a large trap. I can also do some stuff with this to create a large trap, and then that. So I usually prefer to like make my small trap really easy, and then my large trap harder for some reason. So what I probably do is make the large trap with this and this, like this. Alright, and then do the 2 moves to pair that up, and then insert it like that. And then I saw this earlier, so I could do this and pair that up, but I could also do those 3 moves to insert that in, and because I don't have any other triples made, it won't break anything up because it usually breaks that up. So I could do that, and then here R prime to pair that up, and then BR prime R to pair that up, and then U to insert that in. And then here I have a lot of pairs here, and I can put this blue next to this black like this, and that's the correct color scheme. And then U, and solve the rest of the center like that, and then orient the center. Orange goes here, so and this is the wrong color scheme, so what I do is U prime or Y prime, make that pair and put that triangle here, and then fix this color scheme while inserting this into here like that. Orient, and then I see that this can be paired up like that, and then I rotate here, and I see that when I do the flip, this will be in the flip and then R, and then I can insert it. So basically I won't have any to do any D moves. So flip that, insert it, and then pair that up. And then here we have this case that's already pretty much set up. So I do that. So here, these 2 oriented that. So then I do slide U into this 2 flip TCP case. Here's the next scramble. So like I said in the last one, I usually like to make my large trap complicated, my small trap easy. So here I have this pair, and I can make this large trap with these 3 pieces, and then match this up and insert it. So large trap like this, rotate over here, match that up and insert it. While I was making it, I saw this get paired up, and so what I usually do is I put a the triangle that's supposed to be here on top, and then 3 moves to solve it. So put that like that, and then 3 moves to solve it. And then here I have this, so I can do that, and then pair it up with that, and then insert it to solve it. And then that, and then here I have this purple stuff, so I can do that to make those 2 pairs, and then insert that in to make that large trap, and then solve the small trap like that, and then orient that center. And then here I have the orange goes here, so I can do this to create that large trap, and then insert the small trap like that. And then that's already oriented, so I can do RY U prime to orient that one. So now we have our centers oriented. And then here I see this, and then this one's here, so I'm going to have to do a flip. So I do this like that, and then sledge U prime, and then insert this in like that, and I see this already paired up. Align the D layer, and then here we get very similar case to last time, except I know I'm going to get a CB skip. So that. So I knew I was going to get a skip because here I can see that I have this case, and it's going to give me an even TCP because when I do a sledge and then match these up, these are both right and that's right, so this is going to be right. And the OLP I use for this has sledge U, so it's 2 U's, and I'm going to have full pair formation. And this, if I do 2 U's to this bar, it gets solved, so I'll have the bar solved and complete pair formation, so that has to lead to this, so you've got all the bars and then complete pair formation, so of course it's going to be just a sledge. Right, here is scramble number 5. So here we have these 2 pairs, one move to make that large trap, and the small trap's pretty easy. So I do hold it like this, do that to make that, and then U prime R prime to make that, and then like RY prime D prime to solve that. And as I was doing that, I saw that pair, and I don't really see anything else, so I would immediately go up here to try and figure out what to do with this pair. So here I can do U, rotate R to pair that up, and then do that. And then from this angle, I can see this can be paired up with that, and then I could do an R wide, and this triangle is here, and I can pair it up and insert it in like that. So, and then here I see I have this in the right color scheme. That's the wrong color scheme, but I probably see this first. So do this, and then I don't see any purple triangles here, so I know they're both going to be on this side. So it's just going to be this case, and because this is already the right color scheme, I can just do this kind of last 2 centers type thing, and then orient this. This is the right color scheme because I know yellow goes here, so U prime R prime, and then easy 3 move case, orient that one, and then instead of just going ahead and orienting this one, I know it's going to give me a bad case, so, and then as I'm orienting this one, I see that this red triangle is here, so I can immediately go and pair that up, and then I can do this, pair that up, D, insert that in, and then D to align the bottom face. So then here, I see this kind of thing, so I can do this, sledge, so this to pair that up, sledge to pair that up, and then kind of sledge prime, I guess, to pair that up, and then rotate over here, and I immediately see I have this case. I can do this fancy thing and skip AUF, but I'm already at this angle, so I'd probably just do this TCP, and then AUF. Here is scramble number 6. So here I see this pair and these 2 pieces lined up, and I see that when I make the large trap, it's going to give me a free triple like that. I also see this triple here, but I'm not going to bother preserving it because I'm already getting this triple, and it's going to be kind of hard to preserve it. So here I can also look at what my small trap is going to be like. So I'm going to have this triangle here and this triangle here. So I'm going to have a triangle here, here, and here. So it's going to be kind of a pretty hard last bottom triple case, but yeah, I'll show you what I do. So basically do this to pair that up, move this out of the way like that, because if I put that here to line up with here, I'd break that up. So move that out of the way, do that, and then do that to make that pair. And then here, I'd line everything up, and then do that 3 move insert, probably like that, and then rotate over here. So not the most efficient, but it was an arrow block, which is pretty good. So here, do 1 move to line that up, and then here I'd probably do this, and then I have this kind of case where the triangle's here, and the pair's here, so I can do that, tensor that, and then BL prime. And then here, I see this, it's the wrong color scheme, but whatever, it's the first thing I see. So I can do this to make that pair, that to kind of line that up, but because it's the wrong color scheme, instead of pairing it up like that, I pair it up like that. R wide, U, R wide, and I have this pattern again. So I can do this, and then insert that in while fixing the color scheme, and then R wide prime. And then here, purple goes here. I have this kind of pattern where I pair, pair, pair. So with this, I always kind of put this pair in this position, and then put whatever pair is here to line up with that. Check color scheme is right. So then I can do U, R wide prime, and then insert that in. Orient that one. Orient this one while making sure this doesn't go here and give me a bad case. So just like that. And then here, I have this triangle here, and then this. So I'd flip those two like that. U prime to pair that up. And then here, I can just insert this in from the back like that. E prime to align everything. And then here, I have this, which is gonna give me just one flip to a odd TCP. So here, and I notice this triangle here goes here, so it's gonna be a 2 flip odd TCP. So flip it like that, and it's this, so all the corners are solved. I can immediately see that with this one. So then I rotate through the alg R wide. Here's the next scramble. So here I see a triple right here, and this pair here. So what I'd do is I'd match this up with this, and that would give me the large trap, and that would correspond with this triple. So then I can solve this triple and then go into the small trap. So while I'm planning that out, I notice that both of the triangles are going to end up on this face, and this edge is going to stay up here. So I'm going to end up with that kind of last two centers case. I'll show you. So basically, do this, make that, solve the triple, and then U, and then I'd solve these two and this to gen kind of like this. All right, and then rotate over here. Here I can do this to pair that up, and then kind of this thing, and then I can then have this triangle here, and this goes here. So U R U prime. Pretty simple. I see this is already made, so I'd it is the right color scheme. So R wide prime, U to orient it, and then I can do R prime, U to kind of put that in position, and then pair that up. U prime, R wide, U prime, R prime to make that, and then I just insert it in like this, and then orient the center. I see that, but it doesn't really mean much. Here, I have these two edges like this. So if I just do that, I get my large trap, U prime, R Y prime, and then solve this small trap case like this. I also see that I have a pair here, and it's going to get preserved just like that. U prime, R wide, U prime to orient everything, and then here I have this case. I can just flip these two, make the triple, and then insert it in and align the D layer. And then here I just have this this case. So these two are paired up, these two are paired up, and then I just have to flip these two, and I get this odd TCP. So U prime, and I execute it like this, and then that is the solve. All right, here's the next scramble. So I have this pair, and this edge here. So doing that, that's not the right color scheme. That's not the right color scheme. But if I do this, that's the right color scheme. So I'd end up doing this, and then here you got one move to make this small trap, and then align it like that. I immediately see this pair get put together. So I try to solve it. So put it into this layer. We get a triangle here, and then we can solve it like that. Here, I don't see too much. In a solve, let me try and fix this. In a solve, I probably wouldn't look down to see that. So I would immediately see this and this, which I could pair like that. And then here I can do U prime, and by now you'd probably see that. And so I can pair that up and put it in like that. Here, there's not too much with centers, but I probably immediately see green. So I could do something like this to create this large trap, and then finish up the small trap by doing that, lining that up with that, making that small trap U, R prime, inserting it in, orienting the center, and then putting it down. And then on to the last two centers, I immediately see this kind of bars case, so I can insert this in here like that, and no matter what the color scheme is, I can always fix it with 3 moves. So this is wrong, put that there, just like that, and then fix it. Here, I don't have to do this last move because they both got oriented, and I have this hole-in-one case. So just kind of do this, like that. And then here, we just have this paired up, and then these two like this. So I can just flip these two U prime into this TCP. Right, here's the next scramble. So I have a couple options. I can just do this to make that, and then I'd have this kind of not the greatest small trap case. Or, like I said, I usually like to do complicated large traps and then easier small traps. So here I can do something like that, and I can make I can do a B and then make this large trap 2-gen like this, right? And then rotate over and then do the small trap like this. And then as I was doing that, I saw that this got broken up, so I can immediately go U prime R to pair that up again, and then find a yellow triangle to pair up, and then insert it. And then I have this pair right here, so I can do kind of U prime, and then here I have this triangle here, and this needs to go here, so. And then here I have a lot of things, but because green's on top, I'd probably see that. So I can do that, and then I have this kind of shape. This is wrong, so I can insert that in while fixing it like that. RY prime. Here we have this purple edge here and this purple edge here, and we have enough pairs, so I can just do U prime, U prime, R. Make this large trap, right color scheme, U prime, RY prime, and then this small trap case, just like that. This gets oriented, RY to U to fix it, and then here I have this case where I have this paired up, and this, so it's a trap triangles case. What I've been doing recently in sols is just doing this, U prime, and then insert it. It just feels more ergonomic, but what's faster, or I guess this feels more intuitive and easier to look ahead, but what's faster and something that I need to get used to is doing this kind of small, this trapped triangles case, just like that. So I'm going to show that in this example solve. So then here, we just have this kind of case where we can match that up. We have, basically, we can match that up, and then we have that to pair those up, and then that to pair those up, and then we have this, this case. So I know this TCP from several angles, but since I'm here, I'd probably just do this. So this is the bad one, so just kind of this. Blueprint. Right here, I have this case. This next scramble, I have this pair, and then nothing much else. That isn't the correct color scheme, so I'd probably end up doing this to make that, right? And then putting these two triangles next to each other, so I can do this 2-gen, so I can just do UR, UR, and then insert that in like that. I see this gets paired up, so I'd probably just do that. And then at this point, I probably see that this is just one move away, so I'd solve it like that. And then here, we have this case, triangle, pair, do that. Alright, and then here, we have this. It's the wrong color scheme, but, you know, I can fix that. So basically, put this like that, and then orient this like this, so I can do R, U, R prime, and then make this kind of shape, and then insert this in while fixing the color scheme, just like that. Put this in front, and then here I have several options. In a solve, I'm going fast, and I might just make that. That doesn't give you the best case. What does give you a much better case is making the large trap like this. Wait, no, that's wrong. Wait. Whatever. I probably just end up doing this because I'd see that in a solve. RY prime, and then this case from the back. Orient the center. Here we have this paired up already, and then the triangles here, so I'd do that. Pair those up. Align that, or put that here so I can insert this in like that. Don't have to align that. And then here, this case, I could do a sledge and force an even TCP, but in a solve, I usually like to force the triangle that's in the bottom to be in the front. So I'd probably flip these two, U prime, sledge, U prime, because that forces this triangle to be in the front, and that's where I usually recognize my TCP outs from. And then here, just this case. U prime here. I have this scramble, so I have a pair here, and then no other pairs. And then I have these opposite. So an interesting trick I like to do when I have cases like this is I can make, when I have these two triangles like this, I can make two pairs. So I put these two triangles on the same face, and then I pair those up like that. So now I have a bunch of bars. So then the way you solve these bar cases is you can do U prime R, and you have this kind of shape, and this is the wrong color scheme, so I fix it like this, right? If it was the right color scheme, I would of course fix it like, I'd put that in like that, right? I obviously see this, I saw that while making the center, so I'd rotate and try to figure out how to do that. So here, do U, and then the triangles here, so that, solve it like that, and then here, I have this pair right here, so I can do, I don't know which triangle I'd see in a solve, but right now I saw this one first, so I do this, like that to pair that up, and then just insert that in like that. Alright, here I have a lot of purple pairs, alright, so I can do that to make this shape, and this is the wrong color scheme, so I of course insert this in while fixing the color scheme, U to orient it, RY prime. Here, I know there are good outs to this. I know Speedy has a video on them. I just don't know them. So here, I usually do that to put that triangle in. Do this to do the color scheme right. And then insert this small trap like that. This is oriented RY to U prime to orient this one. I have this trap triangles case. So here, pair that up. Again, in a solve, I'd probably just do something like that, but I need to get used to doing something like this. Let me this to do that. Here, this case, I see that I'm gonna get a CP skip with this because with the ALK you do sledge, U, and then lefty sledge U prime, so it's a U, U prime. These are all going to be paired up, and the bar is going to be aligned, so it's going to be a CP skip basically. So sledge U, lefty sledge U prime. So again, bars are aligned and everything's like normal pair formation, so it's just going to be sledge. Alright, here's the next scramble. So I have pair here, stuff like this here. If I do this, that's the right color scheme, so I'd probably do that. And then these triangles are in a position where, so I'd see it from here that these triangles would be in a position where I can make this small trap 2-gen. So do U prime R, to make that, and then F prime like that. Here there isn't too much stuff. I can make this pair and then do that to make that pair. So just B O prime R and then insert that in. Here, again, nothing much, but I probably try to line this up with one of these yellow triangles, so that, and then here I can match this up with this, like that, and then insert it in like that. Onto centers, we have this thing right here, so I'd probably like do BO and then orient that like this. This is the right color scheme, so I just make this small trap and insert it, orient this, and then here I do U prime to put this here, and then put this edge, insert it like this to create this large trap, and it's the right color scheme. So I can do that, and then here, this small trap case, this is going to be the right color scheme, that's not. So while I'm orienting this, instead of doing that to put that down here, I do that to force this to stay up here. U prime, I saw this go back here, so U prime would pair that up, and then here I'd flip these two, do that to pair that up, and then insert that in like that. And then here, it's just sledge to this on TCP. U prime.